Right next to this dog. Stream dead? Oh, good. That means that I can quit. Or you could mine directly into a sink. I mean, I don't want to do that though. I would like, why even bother at that point? It's so incredibly little that you get for mining directly into one of the resource sinks. I don't think it's really worth it. Besides, I would also have to create like the infrastructure to get energy over to the resource sinks and everything like that to be able to do that. So I really don't think it's worth it just to go like, yeah, throw a bunch of iron ore into the resource sinks. It seems like a waste of time. And besides, it's pretty pointless. Like, I don't actually need the coupons for anything. Do you lose your golden mug each update, or do you have a collection of golden mugs? They haven't done any new updates where I would get a new golden mug. There's only one more that I would get, at least since I started playing the game. But besides, I think you can also just buy the golden mugs, too, from the shop if you want to. But could say you're fully... That's not really fully... I don't consider that to be fully using every resource in that case. Just because I have it going into a sink, it should be going into an end game. If I'm fully using it, it's going into an end game, being created, being processed into an end game material, of which there are 5. The 4 you see in the upper right corner, as well as plutonium fuel rods. Yeah, you get like, if I can look at it. Hey, get out of here. Stop that. Sam ore, strange alien metal. That's the one that still has yet to be used. Work in progress. This is not used. That's the only material though that I think is currently not used, aside from like the alien artifact things that you find around here, and those are, of course, you know, like, presumably I'm not going to be processing alien artifacts into something. They're probably going to be used for something else. Absolutely implies authorized hostility. You just wait until the next update when other rival people working for Fix-It here come and try to kill me. Or maybe people working for a competing organization. Who knows? Probably not. I mean, this game does have, you know, first-person shooter elements and all that sort of stuff, so there is that. If they could easily do that, I suppose, if they wanted to, but why would you? I don't really think that's a particularly good way to do it. I'll wait for everything to manifold out up there. And I also got to create, oh, so very much copper powder, too. Oh, man, that copper powder. You need a lot. It's like there's so many resource nodes all over the place, as you can see here. They're everywhere. But I'm using them all so efficiently. It's like, what do you want from me? I'm too good at this video game. I mean, I guess I could use it more. I could just create more factory, but it's like, man, there's a certain point where I'm just like, do I really need to? I mean, how much satisfactory do we really need? Do we need to use every single resource node on the entire map? That would create like a factory that literally spans the entire planet. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can. But I don't think it's worth it. Alright, I should probably go get back to base so that I can do all this stuff here. I don't know what to do, but specifically to see if the coal has manifolded out into being effectively used right now. I have a I might hit the object limit before that. I think I probably. I mean, you can build up into the sky pretty high, which is obviously the entire reason why my factory looks like it does. But, you know, it's just, it would take so long to set up all of that stuff. I mean, the majority of the time that I've been playing on this save file has just been setting up this. Like, there was like 20 hours or something of getting to the point where I started to make this factory, and then many more hours of just setting all of this stuff up. And although I have a system and everything in place for how to do it, I don't think it's really necessary. And that's the thing. It's like Satisfactory is not this demanding when it comes to creating stuff. You can do things very sloppy. I'm just doing it because I want to do it like this. But even doing stuff like this, it's like there's a limit. There's just so much. There's so many machines you have to create to make anything functional. And they give you way, I mean, I guess it's like, yeah, if you want to try and create hundreds or so of endgame items per minute, I'm only going to be this entire factory that I'm creating creates about 5 per minute of those, of the items you're seeing in the upper right corner. That a factory that large creates 5 of those per minute. And it does so efficiently and effectively, but it creates 5. If I wanted to double, I would have to double the size of the factory to create 10 items per minute. That is how much processing goes into creating even one of like those director units or whatever it's called. It's a lot. And I'm also doing so many like tricks and other nonsense related to alternate recipes that things are just so wacky. I could probably try and make like a more compact type of factory that works less efficiently, but I'd rather go for high efficiency, high space used than low space used, low efficiency. That's the sort of way that I set this entire thing up. Everything is created as best as it can be. And that takes a lot of machines. That's one of the things with alternate recipes. What you gotta, if you're trying to really make something effectively, what you want to do is you want to have everything have as many steps for processing as possible, because you will probably be able to create things more effectively due to the way that, due to some other alternate recipe. So it's like I did purposely try to spread out these recipes over more and more resources, or requiring tons of a single resource. Stuff like iron wire, I think, is a good example of that, where iron wire makes wire less effectively. I need to go get rid of the rest. This is where I used to be making batteries. Iron wire makes wire less effectively than just making it with copper, but iron is a lot more readily available resource, which is why it's technically more efficient. Not more space efficient, certainly. Not iron efficient, but iron's so common that iron efficient. Pretty much, if you look at iron, iron is just like a nothing resource. You can make so much of it that if you can replace something in a recipe with something that's created with iron, you should. That's true for pretty much everything except for like Caterium and quartz. And even quartz is still pretty good. Quartz, I actually, one of the things that I did did Lies of P not satisfactory? No, I finished the things that I wanted to do in Lies of P. The boss that I was trying to fight was actually one that I beat like within the first 15 minutes. rather than, you know, taking 3 hours like a Romeo. So it's like, I just was like, well, I mean, finish with that one. So we just did like a, I don't know. It's like it's really too much more to do with Satisfactory right now. I kind of have everything working. Yeah, that's another thing. It's like crystal oscillators are really free to make because the recipe that I have to create quartz crystal is very efficient, and crystal oscillators do not require a lot of quartz crystal. And then wire and reinforced iron plates are like 90% created with iron. So most of the recipes that I'm using right now are just using crystal oscillators because they're just that good. Well, more specifically what they are is they are just so resource unintensive to create. So something like the crystal computer, who cares if I'm using crystal oscillators? Those things are 90% iron. It's great. You know, I think like over here, what? Well, okay, not these. Those are the cubes. But like, yeah, over here we got, yeah, also using crystal oscillators for motors. Using crystal oscillators to create like uranium cells. So many things like that. It's just easy because creating crystal oscillators is 90% iron, and iron is free. Iron is free, baby. I can make so much iron per minute if I want to. I can use iron to create wire for the cables, and I can use iron to create everything for iron plates. All I do is I like add in a little bit of oil products in the form of rubber is the current recipe I'm using there. And add in like a little bit of rubber here, and you're making just tons of this stuff. No problem at all. Oil is also pretty free, comparatively free. I want to get everything changed over to as many iron products as possible. And then I want to insert a tiny amount of oil products in there to create things very efficiently. So it's like, yeah, most iron products are created partially with oil products, but that's because rubber is functionally infinite because of that one loop. The thing with that is that doing that, yes. And I am currently doing that. Here, I'll go right over to this area. Yeah, right now you can see here's just an ungodly amount of fuel being created for the recycled rubber and recycled plastic loop. But the thing is, it requires so much water and stuff like that. It's such a pain to set up. It is such an incredibly huge pain to set up stuff for, you know, like residual rubber, diluted fuel. It's so many machines, but it does create it really, really efficiently. You just have a feedback loop going back and forth until I'm able to, until I have, yeah, effectively infinite rubber. It's just, it requires, look at the just sheer amount of machines required to make this work, though. It's enormous. But it is being created very efficiently. This takes a relatively minimal amount of rubber, or not rubber, a relatively minimal amount of crude oil to create this entire loop and everything like that. So, you know, it doesn't take a lot of rubber to improve iron. It doesn't take a lot of rubber or plastic to improve iron products. So as much as I don't really want to get it where I have to have like full lines of rubber. Like I don't want to have to create like 780 per minute full lines of rubber. But this one uses 3.75 per minute. That's nothing. That's virtually nothing. Each one of those machines over there is making, what is it, 60 per minute It's worth it. It's a worthwhile recipe to do. I don't need to be that stingy with my resources. I'm just saying that iron is really, really useful as like a filler for most of the stuff that I'm doing. If I can replace something with iron, I usually try to. And that's basically what I'm saying. Ugh. But at the same time, it's just, oh my god, dude. Ugh. The factory is so enormous and unwieldy. That's why I'm just like, I think I'm just going to probably, you know, wrap it up, making about 5 of these phase 4 items per minute. I have to hope you don't overstrain your iron supply. Not even close. In fact, I can go show you the iron supply right now. Iron is being created incredibly efficiently right now. I'm not even using a lot of the iron that I'm creating. Yeah, for example, here's the iron right now. So we got like this. We got like this sort of stuff going in here. You can see all of these lines are not struggling at all to remain completely full. No issues with that at all. And then if I actually continue to go down the iron supply line, just over here, you'll see actually that I even have completely unused iron supply lines. This thing could be outputting 780 per minute if I wanted to. It's just I don't want to create that many machines. And it keeps going. Like, I'm not going to run out of iron at any point in time soon. This is why I just want to replace everything with iron. It's like I can just keep going. I can just keep going here. That's how easy it is to create iron, baby. All of these outputting 780 per minute. Every one of these lines makes so much hemoglobin. Yeah, definitely. I need to get copper working a bit better, though. The reason why I created all of this was because I thought it was going to be like maneuvering over into 100% iron wire, but I'm also creating so much caterium that I'm just like, let's just do that. That's a lot of caterium. I'm making so much stuff here. Every single one of these is the pure recipe. Every single one of these is, you know, like pure copper just alone. 1 copper ore creates 1.5 copper ingots. It's very efficient. It's so much. The factory's so unwieldy. I love it and I hate it. I'm having a great time, but I'm also like, it's too much. I can't do this much. I even have stuff like turbo fuel and everything going. I'm not even using turbo fuel for anything. I just have it just in case I want to. Yeah, as you can see, it's like I don't need to create iron wire. I have too much caterium as it is right now. All these just bars of pure gold going right over here. Already created way too much. These I actually am using pretty efficiently, the quartz. Oh, how precise you got in Satisfactory, I have no doubt you could play Doom if you try. What do you mean how precise? I don't think Doom is... Doom does not require me to try and math things out so that everything gets manifolded out efficiently. I mean, just because I'm doing like first-person video gaming. I also played Doom already. You can go find it on the channel. Doom 93, baby. Had a great time. Okay. But yeah, that is the factory. It's just it's a nightmare of industrialism. Hope y'all enjoy. Still got my breadboard set up here and everything. Oh man, how much streamlining? I mean, the thing is, I am streamlining them enough. They should be all streamlined at this point in time. It's going to take a little bit to manifold out before things are like effectively working. For example, I should have a lot more iron bars, I think, going down this. But it's like I'm only creating about 5 per minute. If I was trying to create like 10 per minute of each one of the phase 4 items, it would probably start chewing through the resources much, much faster. That is true. But at the same time, it's just that also requires me to make so very many more machines. I have made so many lines of machines already. I'm just like, let's just wrap this one up. Let's wrap this one up. Let's finish up phase 4. Yeah, these are just the entire thing here with this is just to create iron bars. These are like extra iron that I have hanging around. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I gotta do this a little bit more efficient. Well, nah, Caterium's already so slow. It's so much. It's such an ungodly huge amount of things being created at this point in time in Old Satisfactory. It is being created though. Yeah, I did that one wrong. Wolfenstein The New Order when? When I get around to it. You already got... I don't know why you're asking for that. You already got Dragon's Dogma. Like, we'll be doing that one later. You got Dragon's Dogma. Like, what more do you need, really? Ugh. All right, but yeah, and here's like another oil product to create, iron product. But it's like it only uses 10 per minute. Once again, every one of those machines is creating 60 per minute over there, so... I didn't ask for Dragon's Dogma. Well, you got Dragon's Dogma. Just because you wished upon that genie's lamp that you wanted Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma is basically Wolfenstein. It's like 100% Wolfenstein. And I don't see how you could look at that. No, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have to go do a watch along for Drag on These Nuts Dogma Balls? Like, I'll do it. And I'll be all like, ah, yes, look, Mournblade's favorite game that he wanted. I can't believe he wanted this so much. But at the same time, I can. Yeah, how's radio? Are radio control units being created effectively? They should be. How many radio control units do I need to be making? Looking at my thing, I need 6. Which this should be 6. That's 6. Yo, y'all like working down here? 100% efficiency? Okay, it looks like it just needs to manifold out a little bit better. Yeah. Just need to give it some time to manifold out. Everything should be working extremely... I mean, you got a mildly more watchable 2 videos. What do you mean 2 videos? I got 1 video. It is a singular video of that variety. Yeah, so it's going to take its sweet time to get most of these things. Oh, wait, oh, yeah, I actually only need 2 of these, don't I? I forgot about that. Oh, here, give me that. Put that back in here, then. Yeah, some of these things just take a while to create. I drag on these nuts dogma balls. Yeah, still making a lot of automated wiring, but the automated wiring should be coming in a lot more effectively here. Alright, video 2 should have been Dark Arisen. Well, yeah, but I don't want to do Dark Arisen. You only asked for Dragon's Dogma. Drag on these nuts dogma balls. Yep, okay. I'm looking at it. Looks like steel is already manifolded out to be pretty good. Should be getting backed up on that quite quickly. What else? What else? Still need more of those high-speed connectors, but those are being created right now. Yeah, it should all be good. This should all be being created. Going up and down kind of erratically still, but I mean, that's because things take more than 1 minute to be created. All right, looking good, looking good. Everything's looking real saucy right now. Don't think I should have any problem creating all the end game stuff at the moment. You keep saying I asked for it. I don't think you understand the concept of you did it to yourself. I will remove Wolfenstein and be like, you already got Dragon's Dogma. And then who wins? It's me. Ah. Yeah, right. I need to create more of those. Yeah, a lot of this endgame stuff takes so long. It takes so long to create that it takes a long time to manifold out. Which is no surprise, but it does be like that. Here, chat, what do you think? Should I cancel the Wolfenstein playthrough because I got a Dragon's Dogma playthrough? The only person you're hurting is yourself? Am I, though? I'm really not all that interested in playing Wolfenstein, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's a fine game. I haven't played either. Well, I mean, you can just watch the video on Dragon's Dogma. It's every quest in the entire game. All of them. Got to get the sequel. Got to understand what was happening in the first game before the sequel. See, it's funny because nothing happened in the first game, and then he became God. Not saying you should, but it would be funny. It would be pretty funny, though. It would be pretty funny. I'm just saying. Wait, what is this over here? Looks like I don't have... Oh, right, it's sulfuric acid. Yeah, I don't need to create... I don't really need to create any of that, do I? Yeah, no. No reason to be creating sulfuric acid at this point in time. I don't think it's used for any recipes currently. Well, anyway. Oh, all right. Anything else to do around here, really? And this sweet turbo fuel. Got that sweet nitric acid. It's all going there, baby. Everybody loves nitric acid. It's the cummiest of the fluids. Look at it. I'm creating so much cum per minute. All right. Looks like strawberry jam. I would not eat it. I think it would kill you. Unless you're talking about the cum. All right. Well, anyway, I think that should do it for the old Satisfactory, at least for right now. I feel like there's not really too much else that I want to do aside from get copper powder production. And we are currently on the point where I'm starting to talk about cum. So, you know, feel like I can wrap up this stream right here. Yeah. Let's do a save here real quick. And then close it all up.